Now let's graph g of x. So the first thing we want to do is to factor the numerator and denominator. Numerator cannot be factored anymore, but denominator, since it's a difference of two squares, becomes x plus 3 over x minus 3. So again, let's find the zeros of the denominator. So that's going to be negative 3 and positive 3. Now we cancel. We can cancel 3 plus x and x plus 3, and therefore the simplest form is y equals 1 over x minus 3. Now what's the zero of the denominator? The zero of the denominator is x equals 3. So originally there were two zeros, but one of the factors got canceled. So in the simplest form, there's only 1 0 in the denominator. Now let's take a look at the graph. The graph is again a hyperbola, and we see that there's a vertical asymptote and a horizontal asymptote. The vertical asymptote is at x equals 3. So let's check if it's really at x equals 3. Okay, let's put here x equals 3. Oh, that's where the vertical asymptote is. Let's change the color of that. And it seems that the horizontal asymptote is at y equals 0. Okay, so now we notice that the vertical asymptote is at the 0 of the denominator of the simplest form. Now, what is at the 0 of the denominator that was canceled? And that is negative 3. So if we look at negative 3 in the graph, negative 3 is right here. Again, we see a hole in the graph at x equals negative 3. So just like the previous function, the 0 of the factor that we canceled represented a hole in the graph, and the 0 of the denominator of the simplest form, we see there the vertical asymptote.